Alright, hi, I'm Michael McBroom, and this is our group.
I'm Senna.
I'm David.
And we chose to do the small group discussions that we recorded on our own, and we decided to focus on immigration, and more specifically, to focus on the border wall between the U.S. and Mexico, and we'll go from there. I think personal experiences really developed how people in my group discussed. Being from, two of the people in my group were from Texas, and they both had differing views from the kid in my group from Maine. They both were more anti-immigration, I guess you'd say, whereas the kid from Maine didn't see it as such a hot-button issue. He was more calm and laid back about it, and more liberal about the whole issue, I guess you'd say.
We should change our illegal immigration policy. I think that we should make it more streamlined so that people can either get faster results on their documentation or quicker. I think that the wall is kind of superfluous. I think it's too big of a border to cover up with a wall, and I feel like we spend too much money on border defense when we could do other things to either make immigration better, or I think we could do better ways to do it.
When I first introduced the project to my invitees or my group members that had to participate in the dialogue, they were kind of really hesitant because they didn't really understand what dialogue was, and neither did I before this class. But once they understood the guidelines and knew that nothing would be held against them, or they wouldn't be judged for saying whatever they had felt about the immigration topic, they felt a lot more comfortable, and then it just went on from there. Yeah, I do believe that dialogue has opened up a lot of people that wouldn't normally talk in the regular conversation because, about the judgment factor again, they feel a lot more safer and a lot more secure, and I think it's a really effective way to hold conversations that are otherwise difficult to have, just with your friends.
They should find a way to control so that
control which way?
That's what you're saying. You're just saying control, but control
should
what?
they build a fence so they can't get in easily, or
are you saying control crazy people who are killing? Control the Mexicans?
More
control,
regulation,
because you want it to be regulation in
either
what
way? I don't know.
I learned that being able to set up some guidelines and following them with the group that you have, it doesn't really matter how different the people are and how different their opinions or what side they're on. It doesn't really matter, because you'll be able to control how people react to them without outbursting and having a shout match with each other. A good dialogue question is one that doesn't make a person lean one way without really knowing it. A bad dialogue question would be one that doesn't leave room for the people to discuss and talk with, have a good dialogue with each other.
With the latest technology, you would think there'd be some kind of the drone that would be better fitted to protect the borders versus this wall that really doesn't do anything. Because there's still people walking across the river with the wall in place. And I have proof of that, patients of mine, that walk across every day for $300 a pop. So what has that wall done?
Well, dialogue really allows you to attack a controversial issue or hot-button issue very freely and openly. It allows you to feel free in an environment to say your opinion or how you feel about something without feeling like someone can personally attack you or say, oh, you're dumb for these views. So.
Yeah, and it helps you feel a lot more secure than in normal conversations where people might just judge you for what you say.
Yeah, and agreeing on what they say, you don't have to worry about what other people are thinking or what kind of reactions they're going to have to what you say.
Alright, so our team really drew that from our dialogue that we had within our small groups. We drew that in real life it works differently than in the classroom, because it almost becomes an even more free and open structure to say what you want about a hot button issue or something. I mean, maybe your friends won't agree with you, but if you're having that conversation with your friends or family, they may take some shots at you, but you know, it's like jokingly, and it just becomes a different environment. I know in my group I definitely still felt free and open to have the conversation and I would have felt free to say what I had wanted, say my feelings on a certain issue.
Yeah, and it's not as free as a conversation would be like in general, like when you go up to a friend and you're like, hey, what's up? And you start talking about whatever's on your mind. You have like a certain topic or a question that you're referring to, and then the dialogue isn't structured, but it has a certain amount of guidelines.
Yeah, so I did think it was different, like what they were saying, than a classroom, because when I was in my group, we went straight to the issue, and we didn't have anything to cushion what we're going to talk about.
For the insights that we had about working as a team, it would just be that it's a little bit harder because you have to figure out when everyone is available and meet around everyone else's schedule, whereas like if you're working on it by yourself, you know, you can do it whenever you're free.
Yeah, I think Thanksgiving really made that quite a bit harder because there was limited time to squeeze in when we could meet. It either had to be Sunday or Monday for us, because it's ending today, Tuesday. But so it really kind of pinched us for time and basically determined when we did have to meet.
Yeah, and especially towards the end of the semester, we have a lot of finals and final projects, so kind of we have to sit around.
But it was also good because, I mean, I don't think I would be able to work this efficiently on my own. I'd probably get distracted, and working in a group always keeps me focused and divides the work so it's easier. So it was good.
Thank you. Alright, I think dialogue really allows you to talk about... God damn it. Okay.
I learned that by being able to discuss, being able to...
I'm sorry, that question gets me. People with different views, I think it's just dialogue. Damn it. Can we start that part over?
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I think, now I'm always going to say that.
Your girlfriend's going to break up with you.
Yeah.
Thoughts and insights did your team draw about role of dialogue and about the process and how it works in real life? Well, I think I hate y'all.
We can just keep going.
Okay, yeah.